equipment's covered in dust.
Just there for show?
That's my bet. I'm gonna take a closer look.
Oh,
You threw yelling at Bree?
I wasn't yelling at, bro.
We heard the whole thing. I feel like when it comes to these construction sites, if you could take down the entire first wave of enemies without being detected, that like you should immediately just get the
I have a question for you, Daz. Was the Leviathan axe better than the Chaos Blades
not by
in
far.
God of War? Huh?
In that game, yes.
Which was better?
In that game, the Leviathan axe was better. Compared to the Chaos Blades of old, no, not by far.
And what makes you say that? I mean, I trust your opinion, but I was
The
Basketball fun.
way more fun to play with. The Chaos Blades were just these, two big ass knives hooked to the end, hooked to your arms via chains. Whereas like the Leviathan axe in that game, along with the Chaos Blades in that game, the range is extremely limited. It looks like you should be able to hit further than you do, but you don't. Well, I should say, but you can't.
okay, I was asking from a more just a more
Gameplay standard. Like my personal opinion comes down to what I'm able to do in game. Like there are plenty of times in that game
I meant from like abstract of like just how you would say the two weapons would applicate into I guess a real life scenario.
Nigga, real life the axe was better because it's real. I don't have to have the fucking blade seared to my hands. What the hell? I was like, axes exist. I'm not. Nobody is strong enough to throw those fucking those blades via the chains and actually snatch them back.
See,
Because the way you asked the question, that was the answer I had to give you.
okay, I understand.
But as far as which are more fun to play with, God of War 3 Blades of Chaos are more fun to play with.
I'm not asking which one's more fun to play with. I'm asking which is the better weapon.
In real life, if Kratos was like a real life human and could use the Blades of Chaos by a thousand miles, because he could be across the fucking room and impale you with the fucking blade. Impale you with the blade, snatch you close, and then cut you. No. He could throw the axe at you, but here's the thing. Yeah, he could throw the axe at you, but once he snatched you close with the axe, well, he can't actually. That's the problem. He can throw the axe at you, and it can embed itself into you, but he'd have to throw it, call it back, throw it, call it back, throw it, call it back for it to matter. Whereas with the blades, he could throw the blade at you, like catch you in the chest plate, pull you close, and then cut your head off with the other blade.
Why does he need? Again, why does he need to do all that?
Whisper in your ear, it's time to die.
Well, that's the thing. With the axe does. No, the axe doesn't do that though. That's the problem. Like, there's no enemy in the game you can throw the axe at, and they just die in one hit.
Because we're talking about people. Because we're talking about creatures.
Well, that being the case, like if he's a human, I could just shoot his ass with a long range scope from across the yard, and he wouldn't know it was coming.
Not even leave the house.
Yeah, fuck it. Like if that's what we doing.
No, I'm saying like, okay, you're talking about, alright, you can do this before you close. Like, he wouldn't need. It's an axe. Like, if he throws the chains into your fucking chest, you're dead. If he throws the axe at your face, you're fucking dead.
Yeah, but if I throw the axe, if I throw one of the blades at you, and I impale your chest, and you die, but let's say somebody's coming up from behind me, I still have another blade.
I've got Fisk's guys and all the probable
So instead of having to wait for the axe to come back and get hit in the process of it coming back, I can throw one blade. Hell, it can get stuck. And I still have the other blade to defend, or not just the blade, but also the chain. And I'm not assed out. So that's, yeah. 2 is always better than 1. The homeboy in Afro Samurai explained that. And like he uses one sword for defense and the other one for offensive.
Like, yeah, like I feel like the chains work better in like massive forge and crowds, but in the scenario that they put you in,
I'm about to say 1-on-1 in that game, Kratos doesn't need either or because he can rip your chest open,
see,
which he does a lot of.
I'm thinking Kratos is like the axe is like Mjolnir. Like you're gonna tell me that?
Not exactly.
That, like,
close, but not exactly. If that was the case,
like
yeah.
It's like Ice Mjolnir.
Well, no, when I say like it, I mean he's not the only person that can hold it. So it doesn't have that. Like anybody can take his axe from him and wield it. And I say that's kind of like the downside to his axe.
Because it's not even his axe.
But he can pull it.
Yeah, it's not his. His wife
back.
gave it to him. Yeah,
But he can pull it back out of their hand.
Yeah, he can. Yeah, he can. But they could also just follow the axe with him. I mean, by all means, fucking bald. Was it Boulder? Yeah, he ruins the idea that Kratos is as raw as we think he is. Because there are people out there. Who is this Luna Star person? Is that Nate? I mean, is that Lois? Or is that Nate being Lois? Hey, what's up? What's good with you, mom? Who was me? Lois? Man, Lois ain't never been to party chat. Yeah, Lois, what's up? yeah. I feel like you want to say the axe is best. All right, cool. For you, the axe is probably better. You can probably fuck me up with the axe. Yeah.
I'm looking at it from like, I love the chains. But again, the Leviathan axe is like I said, is like Ice Mjolnir, except for anyone can pick it up, but that doesn't fucking matter because you can still call it back if you wanted to.
Apparently not. Because I think Mjolnir did not. There didn't matter. It didn't matter what was holding Mjolnir back. Like it didn't matter. It would always return to Thor. That's not the case with the Leviathan axe.
That's not true with Mjolnir. He could call it, but if that person's stronger than he is, it's not going anywhere.
That's not how that works.
Remember how it broke in?
That's different. His sister was worthy of holding Mjolnir. That's why she was able to break it. But I'm talking about somebody holding it.
Stop that bitch.
Yeah, she stopped it. Thor's sister.
Thor's.
Hella.
I'll just use that as an example because of the movie, and that's the immediate one.
Yeah, that's like the. I get you.
I can pull other stuff, but
what I'm saying is, in the movie, mind you, the World Serpent was able to stop the axe from returning to Kratos, and he didn't necessarily seem concerned.
It's a fucking World Serpent.
Yeah, but still, what I meant was but no, what I'm saying is, it didn't like shred through the snake to come back to Kratos. And that's kind of what I would expect it to do is, like find its way back through the snake to get to Kratos, and it didn't. With Mjolnir, yeah, I feel like Mjolnir would have like pounded its way through the snake to get back to Thor. But keep in mind, no, it was just a thing. Like the whole it comes back to him is where people think that it's like Mjolnir. That's just it's a game gimmick more or less. Because his wife could do the same thing. She could call the axe to her, but I think the fact that it's his axe is why it does that. I don't know. They never truly explain it, but they do explain that it's not his.
So it didn't come out of the World Serpent. Okay, fine.
No.
But you can't tell me you didn't throw that bitch off a cliff at one point in time and call it back.
Oh no, I totally threw it off a cliff by accident. Like, yeah.
No. I mean, you on purpose climbed the tallest fucking mountain you could find and chunk that bitch into space.
Well, yeah, but see, the problem with that is I'm not autistic enough to not remember that it's a video game. So it's gonna come back because it's a video game, and they wouldn't let me put myself like. Let's say, like, we was playing Borderlands by all means. Yeah, they would let me throw a gun off a cliff, and that was the end of it. It's like, you're not getting the gun back. It's like, what happened? It's like, you threw it off a cliff. You can't have it back now. So, yeah, the gun, the axe is gonna come back because it's, you know, that's how the game is designed. And I'm pretty sure if it was a game based around Thor, it would be the same way. Like, no matter where he threw the hammer, it would have to come back because it's a vital part of the gameplay. I do mean vital. Like, a lot of the puzzles are based around using the axe.
Thor's hammer would come back regardless, and so would the axe at that point in time. It
No,
didn't
it
come
wouldn't.
out of the world surface.
I mean, yeah, it does. If you transition from one location to the next and you leave the axe behind, yeah, it will show back up on you because it's, again, it's part of the game. Like, it has to be there.
It didn't come out of the world serpent, just like Mjolnir didn't come out of Helga's hand.
Okay, well, hello. Well, yeah, but that's because the world serpent had it in its teeth and it spit it back at us.
It's a fucking world serpent. What are you expecting it to do?
I look, man. I'm just telling you, the snake held the damn axe in its mouth and then spit it at me. That's all I'm saying.
And Helga broke the shit. Or
Yeah, she
Helga,
busted the motherfucking Mjolnir. But that's the thing, though. Mjolnir wasn't that special. They told you in that movie, yeah, the hammer was never that special. Like, Thor gave the hammer its ability. That's all it was.
Yeah, but it's still.
Well, yeah, I don't doubt it by any stretch of the imagination, but we're specifically comparing two non-real people to two very, you know, against each other because we don't know what else to do because there's nothing to really compare the two against each other. Fuck my nose. Okay, here's the problem though. Logically speaking, spoiler-wise, there's reasons as to why that axe might have been more special than it being just an axe. Not because of, you know, it's because of the in-game shit. The axe wasn't just a tool, and the person who had it wasn't just a person who had an axe. That person was very specific.
I know all the shit too. I know fucking the kid Atreus is fucking Loki. Like, I know all of that.
So she's, by all means, she was a giant. So, you know, that axe might have had some kind of importance. She was the last giant before Atreus was born. So it's possible that the damn axe had a lot more meaning to it than just like, hey, here's an axe I have, and let's axe it up over here. But I don't know. And at the end of the day, yeah, the blades were attached to his arms by choice, because we've seen on multiple occasions that the blades are not. They burned into his arm in the first game, but they didn't stay that way. So I don't know what to tell you, man. You asked me my personal opinion. It's a personal opinion. I don't have a definitive answer because one is extreme. Because in the real world, if I use 2 butterfly knives versus an actual hatchet, I'd probably still say that the butterfly knives are for the best if we're talking about a normal human using them, simply because axes are heavy and butterfly knives are not. So yeah, but if we're talking about Kratos, Kratos could use a goddamn meat cleaver and still be boss as fuck. I'd assume. I don't really know. Okay, stop fighting.
Shit.